It's the middle of a raging storm, thousands of feet above the Pacific Northwest. A man in a business suit steps off the rear stairs of a commercial airliner and plummets into the blackness, clutching $200,000 in extorted cash. Earlier that day, on November 24, 1971, this passenger boarded Flight 305 in Portland. After takeoff, he told a flight attendant he had a bomb in his briefcase, demanding the ransom and 4 parachutes. This sketch is the only visual identification law enforcement ever had of the man, who bought his ticket under the name Dan Cooper. After trading the passengers for the money in Seattle, he ordered the crew back into the air. Somewhere over southwest Washington, he lowered the rear air stairs and vanished. The FBI immediately launched an enormous manhunt, scouring the forests and interviewing hundreds of potential suspects. Yet they found no trace of the man. Over 50 years later, this remains the only unsolved skyjacking in American commercial aviation history. To find out why he was never caught, we have to look past the folk hero status and examine 3 points of contact Cooper had with the physical world. Cooper directed the plane south toward Mexico, but the destination was secondary to the flight requirements. He required an altitude of 10,000 feet and an airspeed of just 150 knots. This was necessary because the Boeing 727 featured a rear ventral air stair, steps in the tail that could be lowered during flight, keeping a jumper clear of the engines. Lowering those stairs mid-flight required overriding the aircraft's pressure systems, a process that was not public knowledge at the time. These precise demands suggest Cooper had professional-grade aerospace or military logistical training, rather than just a passing interest in aviation. When investigators searched the cabin after the jump, they found a single personal item left behind on Cooper's seat, a black clip-on tie. Years later, a microscopic analysis of the fabric revealed the tie was coated in tiny, unalloyed particles of titanium. In 1971, titanium was a specialized metal used almost exclusively within cutting-edge aviation and chemical manufacturing facilities. The presence of this metal suggests the person wearing that tie likely spent time on a 1970s aerospace engineering floor before boarding Flight 305. In 1980, the focus of the investigation shifted to the sandy banks of the Columbia River in Washington. A young boy digging in the sand uncovered 3 deteriorated bundles of $20 bills. The serial numbers on this cash matched the FBI's recorded log of the 1971 ransom payout exactly. However, the find presented a problem. The boy found $5,880, but searches of the surrounding area turned up no parachute, no body, and no sign of the remaining ransom. When the FBI screened their top suspects against these specific data points, the aviation skill, the titanium, and the river money, no single individual fit the profile. The location of the money didn't match the flight path where Cooper was believed to have jumped, complicating the theories the FBI had spent decades building. The evidence reached a deadlock. Cooper's technical knowledge suggests a planned, survivable jump, but the decaying, buried money implies a landing that ended in failure. In 2016, the FBI officially closed the case, having exhausted the available physical evidence without a definitive result. The vast wilderness of the Pacific Northwest makes finding a single person nearly impossible, even with the full weight of a federal investigation. Without a body or a parachute, D.B. Cooper became a permanent fixture of American folklore. The case remains active in the public mind because the data we have points in different directions. Based on the flight path and the recovery of the money, what do you think happened to the man who vanished into the storm? Share your theory in the comments.